I have created a folder called project, and if I open that folder, I have put two files in that folder, one project template and some data in an Excel file. Now if I open this project template in R, assuming that I've installed R and RStudio, then we see the parts in R here, and here we can see our files. So on the desktop in the project folder we have our files, and we have opened this file. Now we want to make sure that our working directory, the folder that we are getting files from to R, is the right one. We can, in the console down here, we can write get wd, get working directory, and then press enter. And then we see, okay, users, and then it's on the desktop project in that folder. So that's correct. If it's not the correct folder, then you would set the working directory, and then you would have to write this whole path here. Okay, and if we run this, then the working directory is set to that folder. Now let's start by looking at this data. We want to see what is in this data file, the Excel file. And we need a package called readExcel. So let's load the package. We can write library and then readExcel. Okay, we have some, maybe we will put more libraries here later. So let's run that. Okay, so now we have a package called readExcel that we can use. And to load this data into R, we can use a function called read_Excel, and I can just tap tab here, so I get that function. And we want to load the data from this Excel file, data.xlsx. And if we run this, then we see we have two variables in this Excel file and 300 rows. It continues here. You can use in different tabs here. Okay, and if we would like to store this data into R, I can just close this first. We want to store it in a variable. Let's call that variable data. And we use this leftward operation to store this data in this variable. Okay. So that's like an arrow from right to left here. If we run this, then we see that this data has been loaded into R. And now we can also view what is in this variable by using the function view. So we view the data, and we can run, and we see a new tab is opened here. And here we can see exactly what is in this data file. Okay, let's go back to our project, and we can save also. Save this template. And now let's do some calculations. So we saw in this data file that we have two variables. The first variable is age and the second variable is income. So let's extract these variables from the data file. So age, we want the variable age, and we take the data file, and we use a $sign, and we see what variables can we choose from. Okay, so the first variable in the data file is the age, and we load that into the variable age. And then we run, and okay, we got a variable here called age, the first variable in the data file. And we saw that this popped up again, and that can be a bit annoying. We don't want it to, view this data every time we run. So let's put a hashtag in front here, so it doesn't run this every time we run the chunk. Now let's make another variable, income, and we take data, and we take the second variable here. Okay, let's load that also. All right, so R recognizes two variables now. Now we have two good variables that we can do some calculations on. We can, for example, what is the minimum age in this data? So we can use the function min, and then for the variable age, 20 years old. What's the maximum age? Max age, 80 years old. Okay. And how about income? What is the mean income? Okay, it was 52,000. So this is to get you started with some features in R.